Okay. So, um, really that podcast yesterday kind of like really got my wheels spinning. So first of all, thank you all for being on and I love seeing your faces. So I love that too. Um, it's like the teacher thing in me. Like if I don't see your face, I don't know, like, is it clicking? Is it not? Like, so it's like the whole teacher in me. I'm like, I need to see your face so I can have that like body language. But anyways, um, being present on these like is a game changer. So I just know what is possible. You know what I'm saying? Like to really like learn and grow with each other. So, um, I listened to that podcast twice, as I was telling you, because it really hit home. A lot of things he said were really just, I don't know, like hitting close to home, I guess, like personally in my life. And so one thing he said that stood out is, he said, if you're doing the same 5 to 6 things with the same 5 to 6 people, no wonder why you're unhappy. And just think about that for a second. Think about some people that you hang out with, like maybe all the time, but they're never doing anything. They're never growing. They're never reading books. They're never talking about goals or anything, right? So it's just like, no wonder why people are unhappy if we're just staying the same, right? So they say that life is actually easier when you make the hard choices. And I know that sounds backwards, but I can relate to that so much. I have gotten so lazy sometimes in life and in business that like I feel like crap. And like life seems really hard because I'm like in that negative mind space. I'm being lazy. I'm not taking care of my body. I'm not doing the things I should. And that's when life feels hard to me. When I'm like, I thrive on busy. That's just my personality. The more things that I have to do, I'm like, okay, we're going to get stuff done. Right. Like that's just how I roll. So the busier I am, the more productive I can be. And I thrive on that, but it also has to be like a productive busy. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be like all the things and trying to do all the things. It just doesn't work. And I know this is not coming out right, but I know when I make the hard choices and have the hard conversations that life actually is easier for me. And so your mindset matters. And I know he talked a lot about that yesterday on the podcast too, is check the people you're around, right? And really ask yourself, like, are the people I'm surrounding myself with, are they putting good things in my head? Are they supporting me? Are they, or are they negative? Are they gossiping? Um, and so don't be a drain, be a fountain. And I really thought about that today. And I thought, I don't want to be a drain. Like, I want to be a fountain. I want to be a light to other people. I want people to want to be around me, not avoid me because I'm Eeyore all the time, right? Who really likes being around Eeyore? Nobody, right? Oh, it's Wednesday. Here we go. Just another day. Like nobody like wants that, but people cling to that because it's like so relatable and misery loves company. But be on the opposite end of that and be a light to somebody because you never know who you're going to inspire. So think about being a fountain and not a drain. Um, you have to also want to improve what you're doing every single day. So they say 1% better every single day. So if you sent 3 new messages yesterday, send 4 today. If you only checked in with 2 people yesterday, check in with 3 today. If you only did 20 minutes of a workout yesterday, do 30 today. I don't know. Just find something to really increase your habits. And if you're making goals without new habits, I can promise you're not going to hit your goals. Tell me that ain't the truth. If you are setting all these goals, but you're not changing a daggone thing you're doing on the daily, you're not going to hit those goals. I think all of us are in that gold rush group. If you're not right now trying to implement new habits and figure out a way of how you're going to be intentional to hit those 100 points, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You might as well just quit now and leave that group. You've got to set those habits and be intentional, right? I know it's like a hard conversation that you have to have. My heart's kind of beating fast. I don't like this stuff, but it's like it's the truth. Like if you're not willing to do the hard things and you're not willing to set your butt in the chair for an hour or tell your family like this is when my business hours are, this is when I'm working. Was it easy for me to be like, "Hey, tonight I need you to take him to basketball and go get sister." 2 hours he was gone running the kids. Was that easy for me to ask? No, because I'm used to doing all the things. Like, "Don't worry, I'll go get him. I'll do this. I'll do that. Me. I don't have to do it all. You don't have to do it all." That's not one, that's not how a marriage is supposed to work, but two, we gotta stop the whole, uh, like, busy badge to feel like mama did something today, right? So, look at what you're doing and where you're spending your time, and is it being productive? Is it being productive to the person that you wanna be in 6 months from now? And so, I had to have those hard conversations. I was telling Jody yesterday, I sat down last week. They love meatloaf. So I made a meatloaf last Thursday. And when we were sitting down to dinner, I was like, listen, we got to talk. Mom's been lazy. Mom's been working her business from the couch. Mom's been working her business from the kitchen table. And like, this has got to stop because it's not intentional and things are not getting done like they should. Things are not being written down. And like, I've got to quit just working on the fly. If you guys want to go to Hawaii next year, if you guys want to save the money to buy a new house, et cetera, like this is what's going to have to happen. This is when mom's going to work her business. This is when you're going to go watch TV or play a game or whatever. And get the buy-in from the people in your life. That way they know what's up. Because I can promise you, you're going to cause resentment in your marriage and with your kids or with your family, whoever you're around, if you're working your business from the couch when you're supposed to be watching TV with them, or when you're at the kitchen table and you're supposed to be eating dinner with them, or you're working in the car and you can't even have a conversation with your family in the car because you're trying to work your business. And I understand that like life gets busy for me. And sometimes that's the only time I have to work my business. And sometimes something is better than nothing, but that should not be all day, or like you should not be doing that every day. That should just be on an occasion. So I'm going to challenge you that if you're the one that's working from the couch, working from the kitchen table and everywhere else, maybe go get you like a specific spot where you're going to work your business from. And mine used to be the kitchen table. And I don't say that's not anything wrong with that. You don't have to have a gorgeous office to go sit in. I'm just saying designate a spot. That way your family knows from 8 to 8:30 or 7 to 8 that when your butt's in that chair, you're working and you don't need to be bothered. Dad's home, right? Or if dad's home, dad can help, right? Dad can open that pack of gummies. Dad can put the shower water on, like whatever it is, right? I've I had to release some things. And my kids are okay with that because they know what they're gaining from it, right? So it's kind of like their buy-in. Um, so just be aware of that, okay? Because I have had moments where this business affected my marriage because we were not communicating and I was doing things wrong. And so I want to save that like for you. Um, so last week we talked about our whys. And I don't want to ever I don't want to leave that hanging because last week was really good. I want you really to start journaling, get a pencil and paper and just start journaling in the mornings. We got away from that. The 5 things that you want in your life, start writing those back down. The 5 things that you want in your life. And remember, we're not judging ourselves for it. It's whatever that comes to mind. It could be the biggest, audacious, scariest goal ever. I don't care. Write it down. right? Start manifesting those things, because I do believe in prayer, but I also believe what you put out into the universe is going to come back. And I believe that's what Ed Mylett was trying to get at yesterday when he kept saying, I'm a dreamer. Like, I would just like start putting things out there and I would believe it so hard that it would come into play. And so, when you work alongside of God and you allow him in your business and you have big goals, you can really start manifesting that stuff and believing that that is what was meant for you. And so, whys are big. Okay. So I want you to think right now. I hope you have something to write down. If not, you can go to the notes on your phone. And I want you to write down this statement. My Plexus business is important to me because. My Plexus business is important to me because. And you don't have to write right now, but when you have some quiet time, I want you to go back and evaluate that. And then the second question I want you to ask is, my success in my Plexus business is important to me because. My success in my Plexus business, say that 10 times fast, is important to me because. Be honest. Don't give yourself fluffy answers, right? Dig deep. Look at those 7 layers of whys that we worked on last week. I want my kids to know that my Plexus business is for them, right? I want to have a retirement. I don't want to have to work until I'm 65. I don't want to leave my kids in debt. I don't want my kids to ever have to worry about the financial stress. I had a single mom and I know what the stress of like the financial that I carried even as a younger kid. And I don't want that for my kids. I'm doing this to be a good steward of the resources that God gave me and to use them more for his kingdom. So I want you to keep going those 7 layers deep and keep looking at why this is important. Why are we doing this? Why is my success important? But the action has to be there, right? We can talk all this all day long, but if we don't have the action behind it and the habits aren't being developed, right? We're just avoiding and we're not doing anything that's productive because we're not digging deep and we're not creating those habits to be intentional to make these goals happen. So that's what I was saying. Have those hard conversations with yourself, but give yourself permission to be the person that you want to be. Please give yourself permission to be the person you want to be. Look at the future person that you want to be. What would Diamond Joyce show up like? What would she look like? When she walks in the room, how do people act? Right? And then you're like, okay, when I'm Diamond, what am I wearing? What's it feel like? Right? Where am I? And then like you're getting those senses into that dream and you start showing up as that person. That's kind of where I want you all to really focus on with your whys, is how can I make that more of a reality? And so your thoughts are controlling you. Seriously, like your thoughts are everything. That mindset has to be worked on constantly, right? So this business is 80% mindset, 20% skill. It can be learned, but you have to control the thoughts that are happening. So a lot of this can be heavy. This business is not easy. And so I think that's why a lot of people don't make it very far, is because they are not willing to do the hard work that it takes to continue growing yourself, to continue working on your mindset, and to like really be disciplined to have those habits. But if you can address it and you can have those hard convos and you can allow yourself to be that person you want to be, I don't care what your mom, your sister, your brother, anybody says, you allow it because that's who God designed you to be, then you'll feel so much better. You'll feel more at peace. You're going to find more joy in your business, and it's just going to be magical. It'll be magical. So that's where we're at with that. So don't skip out on the homework from last week. Don't just let it be the homework from last week and then we move on from it. I want you to keep that fresh. Go to the local Dollar General, get you some Post-it notes and a whiteboard, write it down, look at it, get you a dry erase marker, write it on the mirror. Y'all, when I won that shopping spree, the bedroom mirror was like covered in all that stuff, in affirmations that I was going to earn that $2,500 shopping spree. Was I crazy? Absolutely. But it does not matter. It happened, right? I have so many pairs of shoes because of that $2,500 shopping spree. So that, when you can like allow yourself to really do the crazy things, I swear it's like, that's when so many things begin to, like, the popcorn starts popping all around you. So write your affirmations down, write your whys down, write those goals down. Like Andrea said last week, put a date on it, right? Put a date on it. And we know that right now we're working towards a goal for December 31st, right? So whatever your goal is for December 31st, I want you to like split it for this month. Okay. So like if you want to go like senior gold December 31st, then you should be halfway there at least this month, right? So just kind of split it and give yourself something to work towards, and then like work on those 5 big moves from last week too. What are you doing every single day to move your business forward with those 5 big moves? Get crystal clear. Look at the points that are needed. What do we need to develop? Right? What kind of, do I need new goals? Do I need new leaders? I can tell you every single one of you need new leaders and every single one of you need new goals, myself included, preaching to the choir. Okay. Look at your IPA. How consistent are you being? Are you sending 5 new reach outs every single day? And I say every single day. I really don't work on Sundays. So like 5 or 6 days a week. Are you inviting to the events? Are you inviting your new VIPs to invite to the events? Are you posting consistently? Are you in your stories? Like looking at the things that are actually income producing activities, because I can tell you there is a lot of fluff that happens in your Plexus business. So, that fluff really feels, I say productive, but it's not productive, right? I hate to say it, but like sending birthday messages and scrolling, commenting on posts, those boosts the algorithm, but those don't boost your paycheck. So be aware of if you're being productive or you're being fluffy. And I know birthday messages and all that can bring new people, but that's not technically right now income producing activities. So that's why when I sat down to work, I first go through and send my new messages. I look at who's viewed my stories, who's liked my post. And those are the new messages a lot of times that I will go create. Then I'll invite to the events or whatever I need to do. And sometimes my new messages are inviting to the events. It just depends. Then I go do my follow-ups. Who has told me that they weren't ready. And then I'll invite them to the event, or I'll offer them a sample. I have 2 samples going out this week to people who just aren't sure. So I'm like, okay, I'll send you some drinks to try. And then that's when I will do customer care check-ins. And then I will do virtual office last. I'll check my perks last, credit card declines last, do any sub work after my new messages and stuff are done. And then comes the team. Your business should be top priority. Every single one of you. Top priority. You, your business, your new messages, your creating new leaders should be top priority, according to myself. So that is like the gist of like your IPA. And I can promise you, if you set a timer to 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever you've got time for, set down, boom, boom, boom. I promise you, in, I don't know, 10 minutes, you can have 5 new messages fired off. You can do customer care check-ins in a minute apiece, right? If you've got names written down that you know you need to check in with, boom, 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 3 minutes, 3 messages. This does not take long, but you gotta be organized and intentional. Because when we're just working on the fly, like I said, working from the couch, working from the kitchen table, we're like, oh gosh, I gotta find somebody to message. Oh gosh, who do I need to check in with? Oh, who? And then we forget follow-ups and everything else. Okay. So make sure that you're writing down your IPA. And I would set a timer. I challenge you this week to set a timer and see how it changes your life. Because I really am bad at like, oh, it's 1:30. I got to get the kids at 2:15. I don't have enough time to work. Baloney. I had to call myself out on my own BS. And today I got my whole IPA done before it was time to get the kids. And then when I got on tonight to work with the girls from 8 to 8:30, I got a ton of like project messages and stuff out. So it feels good to actually sit down and get your work done. So get crystal clear. Look at the growth, the points. Okay. Who do you need to develop? Who's someone that you're after as a dream teamer? Let's do it. Okay. And then lead people well. All of you have people on your team. Don't get stuck in management mode just because you have someone working on your team. Go find someone else. Go find someone else. Because the person on your team, we're all here and we know what we're doing and we need to go work on other people. You all don't need me to babysit you 24/7, right? I have better things to do and so do you. And my thing is I want new gold leaders. Okay. I want new gold legs because that way when I go diamond, I can already start out as a 3 and 4 star diamond. That's what I want. So get the verbal agreement to whoever you're working with. Are you willing to let me coach you? Are you willing to meet once a week on Zoom? Are you willing? What is your goal? And you get that verbal agreement from them. That way, when you can hold them accountable, you can be like, hey girl, you said you want to make that car payment. You told me Mondays at 8 p.m. we were getting on Zoom and working. Where you been? Is that still your goal? Are you still wanting to make that car payment or has it changed? Right? That way you're holding them accountable, help them map out their goals, and then teach them the freaking onboarding system. For the love of all things holy. The onboarding system is so simple and it leads into the retention and the customer care. Okay. When you sign a new VIP, I hope y'all know this. The onboarding system is super it's mine. You add them to the team page and you shout them out. You put them in a 3-way with your sponsor or your friend. Okay. Hey friend, this is my friend. She just got started. This is my friend Liz. She's been on the products forever. Hey guys, how are you? Boom. It's simple. Okay. 3-way. Then you're like, oh, hey, I'm going to add you to this Rooted in Health event or this page. This is our private page. All the testimonies there, so much product info. And by the way, on Thursday, there's an event. Would you have any friends that you would like to invite to the event so they can learn more about what you're doing? Or you're asking them the magic question. When you love your products, are you willing to share them? Or, hey, friend, you're loving your pink drink. Let's make a post about it. Right? Okay. That's the onboarding system right there. That's it. So simple, but look how it leads into good customer care. Right? Okay. And then we're just loving on them, building relationships and just leading well. Right? If you find a book that you think they would like, send it to them. If you find a podcast that you like, hey, listen to this podcast, right? And I'm not saying send them one every day, like one a week, right? So just kind of slowly feed them the things, right? Mama bird brings the worm, she chews it up and she puts it in their mouth. That's what you're doing. I'm not doing that with you all anymore because you all flew in the nest. Okay. I don't need to do that anymore, but you all are doing that for your people now. So anyways, short, sweet, to the point messages, right? We talked about customer care last night, following up with VIPs, checking your reports, sending samples, celebrate small wins, celebrate every single win that they see, right? If they're like, I'm still not pooping, but I'm less bloated. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. Feeling less bloated is amazing, right? Like, talk up the things that they are seeing. But anyways, I don't want you guys to feel distracted. I don't want you to feel that you're not being productive or not accomplished because we're trying to do too much and we're just busy trying to do all the little things, right? Little thing here, little thing here, little thing here. Just focus on the meat and potatoes of your business, right? New messages, follow-ups, customer care, posting, and connections. Like if you only do those 4 or 5 things, I guarantee if you do them consistently, your business is still going to grow. And if it doesn't come, we'll talk. So just empower yourself. You know your why. Remember your why. Show your brain you can be consistent. Show your brain you can trust yourself and do the things when you say you're going to do it. Because if you continue to say, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and then you don't do it, your brain's like, you lied again. We don't do things like that. I don't ever believe you. So be consistent so your brain believes you, right? And I don't even care if it's something so simple, like taking your supplements every day. Look, brain, we take our supplements every single morning. I am consistent. Right? So start showing yourself that you are consistent and that you can do this. I have a lot of notes tonight, and I know I'm kind of all over the place. This was kind of like a all-in-one thing that I just felt like I needed to get out. Content creation. I don't ever want you all to feel overwhelmed about that either. Emily Roberts did a training and she was like, everything's content. Everything. She was like, I don't care if you're folding laundry. I don't care if you're brushing your teeth. I don't care if you're on a walk, you're driving your kids, you're in the pickup line. Everything is content. Say it with me. Everything is content. Everything, right? It's called B-roll because it's not A+, it's not effort, right? It's B-roll. You take a 5-second video of you on your walk and then you slap a positive quote on it and you got a reel, sister. Literally that simple. That simple.
I don't think I know how to do a reel.
It is so easy. Go watch a YouTube video. You can do it. You hit the button and you take your video and you hit, it's literally just like you make a story. You take the video, you put your text on it, you pick an audio, share it. Don't overthink it. Click.
I'm so not tech savvy, so I do have to watch a YouTube video.
No excuse.
Hey, I just did my first story on Instagram today. Brianna said, you can do it. And finally, after 5 minutes, I figured it out.
She's like, how you doing? I was like, hold the button down, sister.
That's me, Joyce. We can bond together. Okay.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, we can. I mean, I just
if you do a reel, I'll do a reel.
Okay.
I want to say,
yeah, I've never done one.
The one I posted today about being a basic mom, I literally copied and pasted from someone else. I used the audio she used. I used my own words and I posted it. And I'm not kidding. It took me 3 minutes, if that. It's an 8-second video. I'm sipping water out of my Stanley in my car, talking about being a basic mom in my Ugg slippers, drinking out of my Stanley in my white 3rd row SUV car, thinking I ain't basic. Here I am, basic. Right? Like, it's just that simple. Okay. So don't overthink it, but be posting. And what I do is I don't always post the same thing on Facebook and Instagram. Like I'll rotate them. Like if I make a post on Instagram, then I make a post on Facebook, and then boom, the next day you got content for both because you just swapped it. Does that make sense? A reel a lot of times, like is good content for me. And then I can make a caption and make a post from whatever I posted in my reel. So then I get double. Okay. So don't overthink this. Just start recording yourself and make content. Seriously, just start recording yourself. Okay. It feels funny, but now like my kids know, like mom's trying to make a reel, like, cause I'm like lighting a candle or like reading my book and they're like, oh, look. So anyways, my daughter walks around in videos her whole life. It's totally normalized.
Can they only be on Instagram or can they be on Facebook too?
I don't believe reels on Facebook do anything, but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
I
You
think
have to tell me how to do it on Instagram. Okay. I'm going to have Brady show me.
yeah. No, my kids like Kennedy can like pop a video off like nothing. So anyways, write the cards, read the book, light the candle, video yourself, set it up, put it on a timer or hold your phone, do it. Just do it. And if you're struggling with conversations or you don't feel like you're doing well closing people, or you don't feel like you're asking enough questions, screenshot me the message and I am happy to help you. Sometimes it's just small tweaks, and y'all, there is no judgment. Believe me, I was the worst at this. Andrea would be like, Brianna, slow your roll, honey. Like I would ask like 5 different questions, talk about 5 different things. And she's like, whoop, whoop, time out. They can't even answer the first question because you've already talked about 5 different things. So it's okay. It's a learning process to like slow down, take a deep breath, and ask good questions and really connect with him. Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones is the best book for this. The best book. I read it so quickly on the way home from Florida last year with Jody. We read the whole book on the way home. That's how simple it is. Okay. It is the best, like captions and ways to talk to people and messages and ask questions. So good. Anyways, also, let me just tell you all that you can do the custom welcome pack and get Slim a bag of Active and a Balance. Boom. They're going to have energy. They're going to have weight loss. They're going to have not have puffer face. They're going to have no sugar cravings, better appetite control, and they're going to feel amazing. And they're going to fall in love with Lexus. I'm telling you. Mark my words. Slim, under control, Black Cherry Slim. I'm not even giving them an option, honey. Not even giving them an option. This is what we got. Black Cherry Lime Slim. Okay. Got it. Active, Balance. $137 with taxes and shipping. How's that sound? Right? Y'all see that? Boom. Fired off. Simple, sweet, to the point. And be confident. Okay. You know what you have to offer. Yes, I love Triplex. Black Cherry Lime Slim Triplex. Also going out like hotcakes. People be loving it. Hold on. I got to fix the iPad for Abram.
Hello, friends. We have a short message from our friends at Lego.
Podcast turned off.
Where will your
Okay. Good night. Anyways, yeah, don't give people choices. No. This is what you need. This is what you're gonna get. Seriously. So I'm just now reading the chat. Does anybody have any comments or questions?